Think of a sentence. I'm going to give you some time to think about it before I ask what it is. All right, what is it? Tell me. Now, if you were properly taught how to form a sentence, and hopefully the education system has not failed us just yet, you will see that after every subject, there's a verb following. This subject-verb agreement is the art of making sure that sentences and sentence parts connect with one another in the right way. Before I continue, all the links to my sources of research are in the bio below, if you really look at that. But let's actually get into why subject-verb agreement is taught, why and when it should be followed and amended, as well as how it impacts our writing. First thing is why it's taught. Historians and scholars from the beginning of grammar, composition, and time state how subject-verb agreement is the building block of any sentence. No one wants to sound like Yoda, right? I wish that would be actually kind of cool, but no one wants to sound like him. You want to make sure that the way you speak on the subject fits the way you have rendered your verb. Not following subject-verb agreement results in the structure of an incomplete sentence. There's various things to pay attention to when it comes to subject-verb agreement. Let's take something as simple as the dog barks. We have the subject, the dog, and it's singular because there's only one of it. Now, barks fits in with as a verb because it speaks on one dog. You know, you don't want to say the dog bark or the dog's barks, right? That's not standard American English. This is the plural form. You can say that the dogs bark because there's more than one dog here, and that's the appropriate verb, which is in the plural form. I know it's kind of strange that the third person singular form of a verb ends in S, like if English really made sense, right? But, you know, there's many reasons in history of English where it doesn't work out that way, right? So there's many things to pay attention to when it comes to subject-verb agreement. Now, let's actually talk about how it impacts our writing. How we speak verbally and how we actually write are two different things. However, sometimes we infuse the two, which become problems. One of the research articles that I actually looked up and found is that the variation in subject-verb agreement in English bears on a variety of issues that are relevant to current syntactic theories, including clause structure and subject positions and many other factors. In fact, there are a lot of things to look at when it comes to subject-verb agreement. It is such an important concept in English grammar and the basis of how we write. There are many exceptions to subject-verb agreement because there's various factors as stated before that deal with subject-verb agreement. Let's take verb-number agreement. So the list of to-dos was too long for me to handle. The list of to-dos was too long for me to handle, right? So the list is singular, I'm sorry. So the verb has to change accordingly. Now, if I were to say the lists of things to do were too long for me to handle, that's different, right? Now, the exception to this rule is that a plural verb is always required after you, even when it is used in a singular referring to one person. So let's say you were going to send over the document, right? That's an exception. Let's take subjects joined by and are usually plural and take plural verbs. Example, his laptop and my iPad were stolen from the desk. All right? We combined subjects and then we used a plural verb. His laptop and my iPad were stolen from the desk. Cheyenne and Kayla have very hot weather. Just made up two random names. Said it. They're states now. I didn't mean to say weather. But the exceptions to this rule is that if the subject has two singular nouns connected by and both are about the same person or the same thing, the verb remains singular. Example, my best friend and roommate is going to the U.S. for a vacation. Soup and bread is our favorite Sunday breakfast. So you see, there's various exceptions to these rules and things that can be changed and amended, but the important basis is that subject-verb agreement still remains. Everything of subject-verb agreement still remains. Now, me personally, I believe that in an informed recommendation, there's nowhere to look around it. Subject-verb agreement is highly important. It is a construct that we should keep and actually look further into, because the way we speak and the way we write are two separate different things. However, sometimes we combine them together. I feel as if we should always, be cautious of the things, how we write and how we speak. And, let's not sound like Yoda in the end. Thank you guys very much for coming and watching my video. Thank you. Like, subscribe, all that, and peace out.